Hi, my name is Ryan, and in this video, we'll be creating a simple neon effect using pure CSS. Before we get started, let's have a look at the final result we'll be trying to achieve. Here, we'll be using the text shadow property in order to give this text a neon effect. Similarly, we'll also be using the box shadow property to give this border a similar neon effect. So let's get started. I'll go to my index.html file, and inside the body tag, I'll be adding an h1 tag, and I'll be giving it a class of text, and I'll add in some text. So this is all I need in my HTML document. I'll go to my CSS file. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give the body a background color of black. Now let's style the h1 tag. I'll give this h1 tag a color of white so that we can see the text. Next, I'm going to give it an overall margin of 50 pixel. I'll give it a padding of 20 pixel at the top and bottom, 45 pixel on the left and the right. I choose the font family of Verdana. I'll keep the font weight as normal. I'll increase the font size to 5 em. I'll give it a line height of 1.3 em. And finally, I'll give it a margin of 0 at the top, 0 at the right, 15 pixel at the bottom, and 0 on the left. So now let's move on to the most important part. If we go back to our index file, we can see that we have given this h1 tag a class of text, and so in the CSS file we are going to target this class. And in order to give this text a neon effect, we'll be using various levels of text shadow. So let's see how we can do that. I'll write text hyphen shadow. I'll give it a 2 pixel of horizontal offset, 2 pixel of vertical offset, 10 pixel of blur, and the color will be white. If you can see it on my screen, there's a slight white shadow on the top and the left side of the text. We'll add in a few more levels of text. This time it's going to be 2 pixel of horizontal offset, 2 pixel vertical offset, 10 pixel of blur, and again the color of white. Now we have the shadow on all four sides of the text. We'll add in on the next level. It's going to be 0 as the horizontal offset, 0 as the vertical offset, 20 pixel of blur, and the color is going to be 3BFF00, which will give this text a slight greenish shadow. I'll copy this and I'll paste it a few times. I'll change this 20 to 40, I'll change this to 60, and I'll change this to 80. So if you see, it was all simple to give this text a simple neon effect. All you need is a few levels of text shadow, and there you go. Now if we move back to the index final file, we also have a text block with a border having the neon effect. So let's see how we can do that. I'll go to my index file. Just below the h1 tag, I'll add in a div element with a class of box. And inside this div element, I'll add a p tag and some placeholder text. So this is all we need right now. Let's go to the CSS file and style the same. I'll come down here. I'll target the box class, and first thing I'm going to do is give the text a color of white so that we can see it. I'll give it an overall margin of 50 pixel. I'll give it a padding of 20 pixel at the top and bottom, 45 pixel on the left and right. I'll align the text to the center, and I'll give it a border of 2 pixel solid white. Now I'm also going to give this border a radius so that we can have those rounded corners. So let's give it a border radius of 30 pixel. Now as you can see, we now have the border radius. Finally, we move on to the final part, that is to give this border a neon effect. So similarly, just like we did it for the text, we use the text shadow. Now we're going to use the box shadow. So let's see how we can do that. I'll write box shadow. I'll give it a 0 of horizontal offset, 0 vertical offset, 5 pixel of blur, and the color is going to be white. Now as the blur is very small, you can't see it. Now if I increase it to say around 50, you can easily see it. You can see the blur on the outer side of it. So for now I'll keep it to 50. Later on I'll reduce it. I'll give it another level, and this time I'm going to give it a blur inside. So I'm going to write inset, which is going to give this border a shadow on the inner side. And I'm going to keep the horizontal offset as 0, the vertical offset is 0. Again, the box shadow, I want to give it 5 pixel, but just to show you, I'm going to increase it to 50 pixel. So now you can see we have the box shadow on the top, on the outside and the inside. Alright, so now in order to give it the green color, we'll add in a few more levels of text. Let's see. The horizontal offset is going to be 0 again. The vertical offset is going to be 0. The spread is going to be 20 pixel. And we'll use the same old color, which is 3BFF00. Now you can see the green color coming in. Alright, and now just like I did it for the text shadow, let me add a few more levels. This time we're going to give it a shadow on the inside. I'll keep the blur radius to 20 pixel and the color is going to be the same. And finally we'll add in the last level, which is going to be 0 as the horizontal offset, 0 as the vertical offset, 20 pixel of blur, and again a new value which is going to be 2 pixel of spread radius, which increases the size of the shadow, and of course the color is going to be 3BFF00. So there you go, we have a neon effect, but this is not looking good because I had increased it to 50. I'll reduce it to 5 again, and this is going to be 5. So there you have it. We now have the neon effect for the border as well. So this is very easy. If you want to give a neon effect to the text, you can use the text shadow property, and if you want to give it to other elements like a border, you can use the box shadow property. So this is all I have for you in this video. See you in the next one. Till then, have a good one. Bye bye.